in NFL Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Black 20. Check. Come on, boy.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. McKenzie now to return it. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Set, ready, 18, Gator.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to John Ross. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down.
And it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
They'll look to throw. Open man is Uzama. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
We play to win.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Call it a pickup of 7, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
44th Mike. Check. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Now Roethlisberger looking into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they work this out past the 25. The end result, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards.
Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Roethlisberger to the right side to Eric Ebron. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
14 more yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. Got some real estate inside the 30.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And some room to maneuver. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Let's go. 50, plant. He can't hang. Christ on him, travel. He's crushed. Get it.
He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
On the ready.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll drop to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a gain of 34. Now that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a 3rd to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
They'll give it to Mixon. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Set. 30 base. 65.
It's set up to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. C.J. Uzomah, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 22 yards there, a first down.
Here we go. Back 20.
Off the play fake, here's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Geno Atkins able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
They'll look to throw here. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Bravo.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
He's got his man here. It's Green. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He gets this one to Boyd. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Finding Green complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. What we got? Big grip.
He'll look to throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Let's go, defense. Get out the field, defense.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Bullock good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
50.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On 2nd down, Samuels. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet, at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Once again, they run with Mixon. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Back to throw here. Open man is Higgins. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. Johnson was the intended receiver. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for two and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
The Bengals drive about to get going. That turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. How about the safety, Minka Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack? Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass, and when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get off.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 18. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44s. They try again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Evans came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19. Roethlisberger. He sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. The Steelers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be third and 19. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Rock it.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for a nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Open man is Ross, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And they will take a knee here. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
And they take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. In a division